Okay, so I think we are still waiting for Bu Juni ya, Eti.
Oh, about Prof. Mimba?
Unfortunately, she cannot join for today, Prof.
Oh, okay.
She is in the field trip as an assessor. So, yeah.
Okay, it's never mind.
So, Prof. Robert, I already promote the topics from, the courses, PhD courses by Prof. Tom Smith, our PhD students. So,
Excellent.
yeah, so contact Prof. Tom Smith directly and introduce PhD students.
Very good, No. As you know, they're very valuable courses. They're also very challenging, and this is the first time, I believe, that Tom has offered it online as an online option. So it will be a bit of a challenge and I guess a bit of a pilot. So we hope that it works well, but we won't know until we try it.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Yes.
So, Prof. Eti, Prof. Lee, Prof. Robert informed us that one of his lecture from Macquarie University introduced some PhD courses online, such as research methodology, finance theory, finance empirical.
Okay.
And what I'm planning later in the year is to offer a shortened version of my research process course as well. So that will come. I'm a little busy now with other things, but a little later in the year, I'll let you know.
Sure, Prof. Thank you so much, Prof, to inform us everything, the update from Inspire and also from other professors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we are still waiting one judge.
How about Dr. Juniati? Is coming?
Not yet, Prof.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. We will start at one moment. Okay, Bu Nur.
Yes.
Maybe we can start now.
Okay.
Okay. The MC.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the final round of Teaching Research Competitions 2022-2023. This is the final steps for our PhD students to be the winner for the National Teaching Research Competition Indonesia. We have our founder of Inspires, Professor Robert Fa from Bonn University. Welcome, Professor Robert.
Thank you, No.
Katanya itu.
And we have
ada MC-nya itu.
Yes, and we have the head of programs of
MC-nya
doctoral programs from Trisakti University, Prof. Eti Murwaningsari. So without further ado, I would like to invite Prof. Eti to give opening speech. Prof. Eti, the time is yours.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nur Hastuti, PhD. Distinguished participant and researcher, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. First of all, let us bestow our praise to God Almighty, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, for God's blessing. We can be here this afternoon. I would like to welcome and express my gratitude to all distinguished speakers for coming to this event. Prof. Robert Pfaff from Bonn University as the initiator of pitching research, Prof. John Lee, and as a reviewer, also my colleagues from Trisakti University, Mrs. Yuniati Gunawan, PhD, and Ms. Nur Hastuti Wardani, PhD. Thank you for coming to this event and nice to meet you all. Distinguished guests, as we all know, research is an obligation for academics and requirement for university to improve campus representation. In order to escort the participant from Indonesia into the grand final May 2023 at Bonn University, we from doctoral program in economics accounting concentration organize presentation and review session followed by 27 participants. Then the selection was carried out into 11 participants. And today, 4 participants will be selected into 1 participant as a representative for presentation globally and Bonn University. Hopefully, the participants from Indonesia would be the winner in the grand final event May 2023, following in the footsteps of Dr. Melinda as a top 6 international pitching research. So, please do the best, Dr. Rian, Pak Dery, Budian, dan Pak Diki. Keep the spirit on. Hence, without further ado, I officially open the pitching research presentation and research session. Thank you very much and good luck. Please, Prof. Robert Pfaff, no time is yours. Thank you, Bu Nur Hastuti, PhD.
Thank you so much, Prof. Ati. Now we would like to invite Prof. Robert to give opening speech to our PhD students. The time is yours.
Thank you very much, Dr. Noor, and Professor Etty. Thank you so much for your support, your kind words, and welcoming everyone for this very important session. So I'm very excited to just share with you a few words of encouragement, and then I will apologise and leave you to your deliberations. But this is a very important event, a very exciting event, and it is part of, it's not just your national competition, the culmination of your national competition, but as we've heard, it does feed into the upcoming global pitching research competition that we will be running during the year. So unfortunately, I don't think it will be completed by May. I think it will go a few months further into the year. I'm not sure yet exactly when we will conclude, but it will conclude before the end of the year. So the development of the global pitching competition is taking shape. I'm working hard to make sure we have some good sponsorship, and not only will we have some very nice prizes for the winner and the winners in the grand final. We'll have 6 grand finalists, just like last year. but I'm working hard to develop some other opportunities, some non-monetary rewards for those that have put in a big effort and have shown great quality in their pictures. And we definitely will hope that the winner of your competition, they stand a very good chance of entering that final stage. But the winner will definitely go into the semi-final round of the Inspires Global Pitching Research Competition. So I'd like to echo the congratulations to each of the four finalists for the national competition. So congratulations to Derry, to Dion, to Dickie, and to Rian. I'm sure you've already excelled with expressing in a written form and also in an oral form. You've expressed very clearly what your research is. You've had some practice, if you like, up until today, and now it's sort of this next stage. So I think you will recognise yourselves. You've already achieved a lot. You've got great benefit out of this exercise, and the winner will have a chance to push that further. But for the others, and indeed the 20 or so other participants that aren't in today's event, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop with the competition. The competition is like an incentive, but you take that further as it leads you in your research. And research is challenging, and it's exciting, and it's important to communicate. And that's really the main theme that we're engaging with in doing this competition. It's about practicing how we communicate our research ideas, the elements that matter, and hope that when we do this with our mentor, with our research supervisor, that we will get good feedback. And
Recording in
from
progress.
University, distinguished Prof. Mimba from Udayana University, distinguished Ibu Nurhastuti PhD from Trisakti University, and distinguished Bu Juniati Gunawan from Trisakti University, and other person participant in this event. First of all, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It is an honor for me that I can represent my revise, not smart. I think that's why I need more review about my revise. I hope all the advice from the viewer before or the input. Like my presentation before, my research proposal is about the blue carbon financing Indonesia challenge and opportunity. And also, this is the opening that I got a new one, the research about the global potential and limit mangrove blue carbon. This is issued by Zheng Ziyuan et al. 2021 about the landscape of the mangrove in the world. And the picture clear state that Indonesia is one of the biggest forest mangrove in the world. And also the paper stated that the climate, the forest mangrove related with the climate change related to SDGs goals number 13 and goals number 14, life below the water. Continue the presentation before about the condition, the mangrove Indonesia, the biggest mangrove in the world. Unfortunately, 19% decrease of the degradation, and also for the seagrass also 2.8% annual decline with the rate 2015 until 2021. And also, if this is the information from the Blue Carbon Initiative organization that state that the mangrove Indonesia can store 3.1 billion ton of carbon. It is equal with GHG emission from 2.5 billion vehicle per year. And to reserve or to conserve the mangrove need a cost per hectare, according to the calculate 9,000 hectare. It is a huge amount according to Indonesia mangrove forest. And the data from the World Bank stated the World Bank already calculate the mangrove Indonesia for the make 10 with the price of mangrove is about $10. And if Indonesia possible to reserve or to restore, it will have value about 670 million dollars. It's big amount to Indonesia if able to conserve. And unfortunately, according the information from the government, the state budget only can finance regarding the gap only 20 until 25%. There's a gap. And I try to connecting the dot that I hope my dissertation with my colleague Arina Felita is able to give as Indonesia to give have value to Indonesia. My motivation is Indonesia the largest mangrove in the world, And also my motivation is there is a limited number regarding blue financing carbon. Again, blue financing carbon Indonesia compared to landscape sector. Many research about the landscape, the blue carbon financing is, and we have to aware that the degrees of the mangrove, it's possible to increase the earth's temperature, the water temperature, that will be affect the human life, the human mankind. And I hope my motivation, the result of the paper will assist government of Indonesia and other shareholders to develop the financing governance to unlock the potential blue economy. And because my background from accountant, I hope this paper, my motivation, can contribute to achieve in Indonesia and the world SDGs 13 and SDGs number 14 about the life below the water. Yeah, this research I'm to conduct the analysis financing gap in Indonesia, again in Indonesia. Why Indonesia? Like continue before, because Indonesia have the big effect to the world about the forest mangrove. And also this research try to propose the practical governance. Yeah, I said the practical governance and financing scheme related to implementation of blue carbon. So I hope this governance and financing scheme is able to enhance or to unlock the capacity and also to mitigate the risk regarding the blue carbon in Indonesia. What's the new in my research? It's because before many I already research looking for the many paper regarding the world about the mangrove, but however in Indonesia condition very limited. So I try to compare the proposed or the framework they proposed by some scholarship about the framework. Try to combine with Indonesia. That's why we will propose the framework of financing governance of blue carbon. Of course, it will be related with the market trade carbon. Thank you, Prof. Lee, that give advice before the trade carbon trade, etc. But in Indonesia way. So what next? This study, I hope, will enhance the understanding concerning the challenge and opportunity in blue carbon Indonesia financing. Many research that I saw in the Elsevier about the worldwide, however, and very limited Indonesia. I hope this research also can involve and can give feedback to other stakeholders in the government. The unit analysis is an institution that already directly related to blue carbon, like private NGO data. The data obtained from the this study and interview first the 5 primary respondent, key person with regard to blue carbon from Bappenas, first Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Environmental and Forestry, Ministry Coordinator and Maritime Investment, and also Ministry Marine and Fishery and NGO. From this interview, the primary interview, I believe there are some suggestions from them who I can contact. This is using the snowball sampling method in order to have robust information. And also the observation, the other data for observation that attending participation, I mean, related the conference, seminar, meeting with regard to blue carbon or blue financing. And the time frame, thank you before from the previous advice from Bu Nur. Yeah, I think for 2 months is like mission impossible. I hope within 6 months is more possible my research. And also I'm looking sending funding if any, because I think this issue about blue carbon in Indonesia very sexy now. Yeah, contribution, like I said before, it is to give effective about the challenge and opportunity in terms of Indonesia blue carbon financing, and also to give achievement SDGs 13 and 14 from the accountant I hope this my research is can publish in ranking A journal. And I think there is no risk for my research because many shareholder or stakeholder waiting the information about the financing, not about the governance of planting or etc. Yeah, I think that's all, Bu Juni, about my presentation. Thank you for listening and your feedback from the reviewer.
Thank you, Eri. Yeah, I will give the first comment to Prof. Lee. Prof. Lee.
Sure, thank you. Can you all hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi, Derry. Can see that from the last time you have very much polished up and improved the thing. Okay. I can see where you're coming from now clearer. You are mentioning about private sector and public sector being involved in this whole thing.
Correct.
How you want the private sector to be involved?
First, based on the interview from because private sector maybe can give the CSR company's responsibility because now the financing for the blue carbon is very risk. That's why maybe starting from day CSR, it's able to mitigate the risk. After that, when the condition already for financing the finance the investor is able to invest through the carbon market or through the financial institution or maybe through the we know like now already like product financial like climate bond or the SDGs bond or blue bond maybe perhaps from the private.
Okay. Can you show me the study respondent, the PPT slide on study respondent? Some more behind.
This one, bro?
Yep. Now I can see that you are having a lot of ministry and NGO. Where is the where is the private sector that you will be interviewing, that you'll be doing survey?
Sure. Because first I don't have currently yet I don't have information who private sector that I can contact, but I believe based on interview with the person from the Ministry of Finance or the public, they can direct me to whom that I can contact it, Prof. That's why I'm using the snowball sampling method.
No need. You should have Googled and you found out the answer already. Certification body and carbon trading exchange.
Yes. Sure. Thank you, bro.
Okay. So next time when you do this, when you claim that you want to engage public and private sector, I see no private sector involved there. If you want to sort of earmark certain places to be carbon sink, carbon credit, you need the certification body. And if people invest in it to make it to become a carbon credit, like you say, it takes about what, 8,000 or 9,000 US dollar per hectare.
Yes.
That sometimes there are people who want to have liquidity in their investment, so they want to trade it off. Always think of liquidity because as an accountant, you should be thinking of liquidity, not just profit. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you, Prof.
No further questions.
My question is very simple. How can you make sure that the framework that you would like to develop is applicable to the international leaders, not only in Indonesia, because this is international perspective? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bu Juni, for your question. That based on I would say the initial research that some government already presented they framework, but a very general. I try and then based on that framework, I will test it is possible in Indonesia or no, and then the information from the worldwide or version will be adapted to Indonesia, because Indonesia, I believe every country have a special unique about the financial market, about the financial scheme between government and private. So I mean from the global to compare, and then after the compare there is, I believe, pro and con, or and then from pro and cons I add it is possible in Indonesia. If no, what can be it is possible in Indonesia. That's Bu Juni. Halo Bu. Sorry Bu Juni. Is it my sound is clear?
No, I think she's breaking up. Juni, you're breaking up.
Oh, yeah, Bu Juni, your sound is not clear.
Just give a minute, maybe just freezing for a while, yeah.
Okay.
Bu Juni, perhaps your internet connection, Bu Juni? Okay, while we are waiting, Bu Juni come back. Pak Dery, first of all, it is very good that you address the feedback from the judges in the previous round. But if you will be selected as the winner, yeah, I really hope that you improve your presentation. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. First, and the second one, please put some creativity in your presentations, because
Okay.
the winner of last year for global pitching research competitions, he was using some device. He was using some tool to represent his topics. And you cannot believe it was a toy to explain blockchain. So please, if you are selected as the winner, please put some little bit fun and joy during the presentation. Yeah, maybe that's my.
Thank you, Bu. Yeah.
Thank
Like
you.
interactive something. Okay.
Yes, correct. I think we need to wait, Bu Juni, yeah.
No problem.
Here, but I think I cannot put my camera on because my signal is very bad. Can I turn off my camera? Yeah, okay. Pak Dery, I suggest you that you give some practices from other countries
Okay.
to give description that the framework of the blue carbon is not merely from Indonesia, but it can be applicable for other countries. Yeah, so
Okay.
what's the good things, what are the insight from your research that can be applicable to other countries? Okay?
Okay. Okay, Bu. Thank you, Bu Juni, for your input.
Thank you. It's all for me. I think, thank you and all the best, yeah, Daddy. I would like to ask Dian to prepare and present your proposal.
Yeah.
All the best.
So, thank you, Prof. John Lee, Bu Juni, and Bu Nur for advice. I will complete this soon. Thank you.
Okay, big applause for Pak Dery, ya. Thank you, Pak Dery.
Thank you. You're welcome, Prof.
Now we are going to invite Bu Dian. Please, the time is yours. It's okay, Bu Juni, yeah.
Bu Nur, can I start it or?
Yes, please, Dian.
Ah.
Time is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, to the honorable judges, Prof. Lee, Bu Juni, Bu Nur, and also Prof. Mimba that unfortunately cannot join in this Zoom today. Thank you for your time, everyone. I would like to present about my research with title The Key to Unlocking Team Performance, Empirical Investigation in Indonesia League Club. The basic research question in this research is what is the key factor to unlocking team performance in Indonesia League Club? Does financial efficiency strength or weak it? We have 5 key papers for this research. The first key paper is from Simon and Zanardi. It discusses about sport and financial performance. The second key paper is from Khan, Banik, Udin, and Ulhuk. It discusses both the relationship from talent management practice and also their performance. The key paper is from Manoli. It discusses about brand capabilities in English Premier League clubs. The first key paper is from Miragaya, Ferreira, and Raten. It discusses about the financial efficiency to sport performance. The last key paper is from Villarino. It discusses about sustainability in football industry. The motivation why we choose this topic, the first is football industry is most popular sport in the world. And also they have a huge expenditure and also huge revenue. So they are famous for their Wildes club. And also we have in Indonesia some of club that working on football industry. But we are curious how they manage their financial statement. The next motivation is about football industry itself. They consist of a unique industry, consist of people, action, and also business. So we would like to explore more about how they manage brand capabilities and also talent management practice. And next motivation, if we look in Indonesia, we have Indonesia Premier League. The economic value from Indonesia Premier League is more than 3 trillion rupiah. And Indonesia Premier League also consists of more than 100,000 workers in the national team. So because of the huge of economic value and huge of the one that include in this industry, Indonesia Premier League need more organized development to create more significant multiplier effect. The last motivation is, as we know, there is World Cup that held last year in Qatar that approach sustainability. And we would like to explore the sustainability in football industry through social fair play. And we've seen that Indonesian national team achievement is not much in the world level. So we would like to explore more how to increase the national team achievement through increase their achievement of club level. In this research, we have 3 independent variables, which is consists of brand capabilities, talent management practice, and also social fair play. We have 1 moderation variable, financial efficiency, and also 1 dependent variable, which is team performance that are divided to 2 measurements, sport performance and also financial performance. So we have 7 hypotheses in this research. To explore more about this research, we use plain behavior theory as grand theory. This research is quantitative research that using primary data. So we will share the questionnaire to our respondent, which is the respondent is the fans of Indonesia League Club that working in finance department. Why we choose only the one that working in finance department? Because we have some variable that they only concern about economic area. So we would like to decrease the bias for this research. The minimum sample or respondent in this research is 300 respondents. To analyze the data, we use Spark PLS software. So what's from this research? This research would initiate the research topic around performance of Indonesia Football Company. And also, this is new empirical evidence for associate between sport and performance in Indonesia. And also, as we use financial efficiency as moderate variable, we might have see moderate effect of financial efficiency to the dependent variable, which is team performance. So with this research, we could take a look how to increase team performance in Indonesia on point of view football society in Indonesia. We also could give suggestion to Indonesia Football Association and Indonesia Accountant Association to have collaboration regarding how Indonesia Football Company could report their financial performance in better ways as FIFA rules. And the last one, Indonesia League Club will increase their brand capabilities, talent management practice, social fair play, and also implement financial efficiency. So it will be impact to their team performance. Contribution from this research, the first is extend to the literature through independent variable, moderate variable, and also dependent variable in this research. The second contribution is importance of team performance, which is examined through quantitative paradigm. The third contribution, we could explore how to increase team performance in club level first. So the achievement of Indonesian national team will increase or might be joining the World Cup indexation in 2026. And the last contribution is even though the literature about performance is quite rich, however, the recent studies is lacking in sport industry. So we could fill the research gap with this research. Our target journal is Journal of Sports Economic that index in Scopus quartile first. That's all from my presentation. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you, Dian. Good presentation. Yes,
Yeah.
Lee, your time to give some feedback. Thank you.
Sorry. Hi, Dian. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Prof.
Okay. Firstly, I must say I like your presentation. It's very simple, very clear. Even though I know very little about the sampling, I can understand your research paper very well. You go to the number 4, the last paper. Okay. The last slide. Okay.
Last slide.
Okay. No, second last slide. Sorry.
Second. Okay,
Okay. How many football clubs are there in Indonesia?
The football club in Indonesia, we divided to 3 league. And the first league, there is 18 club.
18, 1-8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Premier League. Yeah,
Okay.
the Premier League have 18 club.
16. Okay. And then the last one, the last club?
The last club in term of ranking or?
In total number of club in that last.
Total number of club is around 50.
50.
50 club.
Okay.
Yeah, 50.
So roughly there's 3 sub-league, you have about less than 100 club, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. You see here you're doing a sampling. You're requesting a minimum sample of 300 and you are restricting to the club with working finance department. May I ask you how you achieve 300 when you only totally have a less than 100 club?
Okay. How do I achieve the 300 respondent? I might be could share the questionnaire to around my friend in my campus and also in my working department, and make sure in the questionnaire I put the some of part that which one the club that you like. So we could make sure the respondent is one of fans from Indonesia League Club.
How do you find out they are fan of this league club that has got a working financial department?
Yeah, and the description of respondent, we could add the working experience, so we could see and confirm if the respondent is working in the finance department or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. No further
Thank you,
questions.
Prof.
I think Bu Juni has technical problems. Budian, well done.
Oh yeah.
I really like your presentations. And then I really like your works. It looks very neat and tidy, and I think it's quite excellent.
Thank you, Bu Nur.
Yeah, but maybe I just have some a little bit remarks, same as Paderi, that please, if you are selected as a winner for the pitching research competitions, when you present Indonesia, please give some more creativity. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's up to you. Maybe it can be a little bit video, or maybe just like a very short video, or maybe just some animations, maybe some device. Yeah, just to reflect the Indonesian sports. Yeah, kemudian yeah, because
Thank you, Bu Nur.
yeah, you're most welcome, Budian. Because we really expect this year Indonesia will be top 3. Because last year we already got our target to be top 6, but this year we want to be top 3. So which is very ambitious, right? So we need your creativity for the presentations.
Yeah, thank you, Bu Nur. With all of your support and review, we hope one of our representative will achieve top 3, Bu.
We should be very optimistic, right?
Yes.
Okay, Bu Juni, are you here, Bu Juni?
Yes, okay.
Okay, Bu Juni.
Yeah, very difficult with my signal. Very sorry to all of you. Yeah. Dian, I would suggest you to make sure again, as this is international conference. Yeah, paper should be attract the international leaders. I don't think in Indonesia is a good example because our league football in Indonesia is not that generous, right? It's not that outstanding compared to other country. So how can you really make sure that this is going to be a very attractive paper for the international leaders? This is your challenge.
Yes,
Okay.
Bu. Thank you for your input.
Okay, and then the impact of this paper is very important. Once we know all the variable, are they significant or not, then so how? So what? Do you think it's going to improve the happiness of Indonesian people who like football, or it's going to improve the economic condition of the country? So what is the impact? It's not only the input. So for those who are really developing the paper, try to discuss the impact of the output when you get the result later on. Impact is mean implication, the benefit in your paper. That should be very strong to be expressed in this case. Thank you.
Thank you, Bu Juni, for your input.
Yes, we can go to the next presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, well done. Very nice presentations.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Now, I would like to invite our third PhD students. Bapak Diki Nugraha, please, the time is yours.
Yes, Ibu, do you be able to hear my voice right now?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, sure. Let's begin with the questions. Is there any one of you who haven't talked about net zero emissions in the last 30 days? Maybe you can raise your hand or at least you can unmute your microphone. Of course, no, yes. I believe that we are questioning ourselves. What is our contributions or what can I do to support our company, our organization, our university, or even our country to achieve this goal, net zero carbon emissions? One of solutions is using renewable energy use, and the way we store the renewable energy use is battery. These things, ladies and gentlemen, the green the material that you've seen since the beginning of my presentation, it called nickel. You have to know, nickel is the most important thing to develop battery, to store the renewable energy, and also to achieve net zero carbon emissions. And from this standpoint, I believe that we totally agree nickel, these green things become essential for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to share you about nickels. Yes, we are going to talk about nickels. As you can see on your monitor or your screen, according to any end-use model, the ongoing energy transitions is expected to see usage trends of nickel evolve as greater quantities of nickel are demand for EV. And we expect that nickel use in transportation sector especially will raise to approximately 20% in 2027, up from an estimated 16% in 2022. So we have a market right now. Let's talk about nickel itself, ladies and gentlemen. We are so lucky as Indonesians sebagai orang Indonesia. Indonesia is home to 22% of the world non-nickel reserve. So I believe that as a researcher, it becomes essential for us to evaluate the commitment of the nickel companies in implementing ESG on the sustainability. And here I am, Diki Nugraha, first year students of Universitas Trisakti. I'm going to share you about my thesis topic, impact of ESG disclosure quality on financial performance, a case study of nickel companies. Yes, yeah. So let's begin with my research question. Sorry, I'm not able to see it clearly. I have to move. Okay. My research question is, do sustainability commitment of nickel companies improve financial performance? I have three key papers, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the first one is coming from Size Chi. He's telling us about how important sustainability development strategy and also company with the different type of ownership. The second key paper, yes, the second key paper is coming from Ali. He's telling us about the way we are collecting data ESG on the annual report, sustainability report, and also the ESG report. Last but not least, the key paper is telling us about the CSR information and also ESG data. Yes, this is the practical and theoretical framework. This practical and theoretical framework shows the relationship between the implementation of ESG performance indicator by companies and return of assets with ownership type as the moderator. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see I developed three hypotheses. The first one is the implementation of ESG performance indicator by companies has a significant relationship with return of asset. The second one is the ownership side of the companies has a significant moderating effect on the relationship between EIG performance itself and also return of asset. Last but not least, my third hypothesis is the ownership type of companies has a significant impact on return of assets. So what is the idea? Yes, yeah. The key idea is to use the disclosure of ESG performance indicator as a standard of sustainability or ESG disclosure. And the data itself I gather from the secondary data on sustainability or ESG report, and I develop and establish my risk framework using multi-level concept approach. So I'm going to develop my model using multi-level quadratic growth. The sample size itself, 500 data. It from 100 nickel mining companies from the world for 5 years. So I collected the data. I will collect the data from 2018 to 2022 from the data. I mean, this report is available on the stock exchange or the company official website. And for the tool itself, I'm using IBM SPSS statistic version 27. So what's the new? What is my novelty? My novelty is it active indicator by developing cross-reference indicator. This is my novelty. Cross-reference indicator from IRMA, SASB Nickel, GIMM, and also ICMM. And this is the first study. Yes, the first study that evaluate correlation between sustainability commitment with return of asset from both a tilt momentum standpoint in nickel industry. So the high point is nickel industry. And yes, as you can see, I developed the dummy data. The first data is companies using performance indicator of ESG and ESG score tables. So yeah, so far I'm going to decide some variable for an example, resources use, emission, and innovation from the environment sections. I will develop the definitions. What is the definition of A, B, C, and so on and so forth related to the performance. And the second table is the number of weight of indicator assigned to respective categories. So every single variable and category has different indicator weights. So I identified I have three contributions. The first one is contributions to the academic world. The second one is for regulator, and the last one is for industry. The first one is discovering new knowledge and new advances, sustainable ESG disclosure. And for the regulator, I will develop new cross-reference indicator. And for the industry itself, I validate, right, the beneficial impact of ESG on financial performance, propose and conduct empirical analysis to investigate and prove modific effect that there's supposed to be correlation between ESG commitment and also return of asset. Last but not least, I'm expecting to be one of you judges that your research is available on Journal of Cleaner Productions. That's all for me. Thank you. Yes, I'm
Yes,
done.
thank you for the good
Yes.
presentation, Yes, Vicky. All right, Prof. John, you may proceed now. Thank you.
Thank you, Juni. Vicky, in your this study for nickel company, you are how many company in total in your sample? What's your sample size?
Okay, sir, I will present it to you. Wait a minute. Yes, this one, sir. My sample size is 500 data. I will gather the data from 100 nickel companies for 5 years. So 5 multiplied by 100 from 2018 to 2022.
Right, and this will be listed company, I guess.
Correct, sir, because I have to, yeah, because only the listed company that provided ESG or sustainability report. Correct, sir.
Okay, and it is from how many exchanges? They are listed companies, so listed on which stock exchanges?
Yeah.
How many?
Okay, so far I haven't identified the stock exchange first, sir, but so far I'm going to find later on. So the purpose is 100 nickel mining companies. This all, sir.
I see. Okay, so what you see is it is not very clear to me that I understand what you're trying to do, but how do you differentiate the cross effect? I know you have three hypotheses, and it would seem that their performance would increase whether they are well managed or not. whether there's ESG or not, because the world need nickel, the world need batteries. How do you differentiate out from the fact that it is the performance, it is the ESG, as opposed to just the fact that nickel prices is going up because of market demand?
Okay, sir. Thank you for your questions, Prof. As you can see on your uh, screen, right? Actually, I identified some variable from environmental, social, and governance perspective. Okay, some example. I mean, an example on the social side, human rights. So even the volume production is getting higher, the profit is shifting higher, but the indicator of this section supposed to be higher as well. So this is the way I connect from the ESG commitment to the return of investment itself. So I'm going to develop this table and also identify some variable that related to ESG.
Okay. Okay. No further question. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Diki,
Yes,
you
you
check how many nickel companies in Indonesia?
almost 100. Well,
You see?
100.
I don't think so. The nickel company in Indonesia, I think it's 100 for each year. For the listed. Make sure.
Okay, actually for the nickel company that listed in IDX, are around 15 or 20. But if we take a look about the processing and all the subsidiaries that already develop ESG and sustainability data, I believe that we can get almost 100 companies. We'll check it again.
You have to be really concise. Yeah.
Okay, good.
What kind of industry determine the sample is very important.
Okay.
Number two, you have to include ICMM.
Okay.
ICMM, yeah, is the most prestigious for the aligning company.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All the member of this one, yeah, here must be ICMM. Yes, correct. And change IMM is still undergoing to the review.
Yeah.
We'll have the new version of it.
Yes. Yeah, because you are one of the reviewer. Is that correct, Bu?
Okay, yes, all the best, Diki. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ibu.
Gunur, yes.
Okay, Pak Diki, I think you make very significant improvement. Thank you so much, Diki. I hope you will be the winner for our competitions, hopefully. And I wish all the best. That's my comment, Juni. No more further comments.
Thank you, Ibu. It means a
Yeah,
lot.
every one of us hope that every one of them are winner, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All the best, Diki. Okay, now I would like to sit for Rian. Yeah, it's good. Rian, start to present.
Okay. Thanks, Bu Jenny, for the time. I will try to share my screen. Okay, can I start it now?
Yes, please, Parian. The time is yours.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon to all viewers and judges for today. Ibu Juniati Gunawan PhD, Ibu Nurhastuti Kusmawardani PhD, and Prof. John Lee. And good afternoon to all my friends in the top 4 International Pitching Research Competition 2023 Indonesia chapter. My name is Rian Harbifal Diansyah. Today I will represent about my research entitled Diversification, Discretionary, and Stability, the 3 waves of fintech era. Before I start my presentations, I want to say thanks to all viewers for your input, for your comment on the last session. It means a lot for me. I hope this round I can meet your expectation, not leaking anymore. Yeah, properly. Yeah. Okay, I hope I can meet your expectations. Okay, let's start begin. The first thing that I want to share to you guys is about my research questions. The first one, Has the three waves of the fintech era changed the relationship of income diversification, discretionary provisions, and bank stability? Because we know that nowadays, in around the world, especially in Indonesia, we already entered the third wave of fintech era. What does it mean? It means that the fintech industry nowadays in the collaborative era. We assume that in this era, so many collaborations between the fintech company and the financial institution, especially in commercial banks. So the question is it enough for this study? The answer is big no. After I know this result, I want to analyze deeper which non-interest income categories, which diversification indicator has the most influence on stability and discretionary to be brought to the attention of the financial services authorities and the bank itself in the three waves of the fintech era. We know that based on Herfindahl index, diversification indicator, they have three indicators: fees and commission, tradings, and others. But in this study, I add one more indicator, which is charge of loan provisions. How about my key papers? I took these three key papers from high reputable journals to get the best reference for this study. So how about my motivations? I believe this research or the study is really important for us because we know that the fintech era is developing rapidly and the banking industry stability is under market pressure to adopt advanced financial technology. This pressure has received significant tensions in the banking industry as in from the income diversification, which is increasing every year. We can see in the center picture, the number of fintech companies in Indonesia every year is increasing. But however, it's also been noted of incremental of income diversification can lead to the greater discretionary provisions, and this can disrupt and disturb bank stability. And my next motivation is studying Indonesian banking system stems from its difference from most developing countries. The question is, why Indonesia? Based on the report in 2021, Indonesia in the third rank for the top markets of number of downloads fintech apps in the world. And then Indonesia is the second rank in the top 5 fintech rank in Southeast Asia in 2021. I think it can be lesson learned for other emerging countries to lesson learned for their country. In addition, this study has the motivation to add the literature and knowledge on how income diversification and discretionary provisions can affect bank stability from the perspective of the three waves of the fintech era in Indonesia. Let's move to the ideas, idea, data, and tools. In global, especially in Indonesia, has entered the third wave of fintech era since 2019, where it is redefining of fintech ecosystem to be more collaborative. The development of the third wave of the fintech era is quite rapid. It is followed by incremental of bank income diversification. Okay, based on Buju advice on last session, she said that my study, my research has to be balanced. I am to have the ability to see the research from two sides, positive and negative. In this study, based on the financial theory, income diversification is proven to reduce risk and maintain bank stability. But in the other hand, diversification with a lack of appreciation of risk also played an important role in the global financial crisis, and it can disrupt bank stability. First, relationship. And the second relationship, if we see diversification and discretionary. Diversification in several cases can reduce discretionary because in some cases, the entities have additional monitoring. From who? Analysts, rating agencies, regulators, which can result to reduce manager incentive to do discretionary actions. And as a result, bank stability is maintained. But we have to know that on the other side, in Indonesia in 2018, we know the Bank Bukopin concerning an increase of income diversification could lead to higher discretionary provisions and also disturb the stability for bank itself. So how about the data? The research population of this study is 902 Indonesian commercial banks. This research will divide into three groups of the fintech era. The first wave is 2014 until 2016. The second wave is 2017 until 2018, and the third wave 2019 until 2022. So I'm still remember what Prof. Mimba asked to me, why you choose conventional commercial banks? Why don't you use the rural banks? I have some reasons. The first one, conventional commercial banks have a wider range of banking service compared to rural banks, because we know that in Indonesia, only two types of banks, commercial bank and rural banks. In addition, the national contributions of conventional commercial banks from lending and deposit from customer has a higher contributions compared to rural banks. So why do I use commercial conventional banks as my sample? The answer is to get more comprehensive perspective of the banking condition in Indonesia. And if you talk about the data, the rural banks doesn't have the completed data as a commercial bank has. So, but those I will use if used for my econometric software for this study and some step that I will use for this study. The first one, I select the model after that, the classical assumption, primer test, sensitivity test, additional test, and after that, I got the quantitative results. And I want to mix my quantitative result with the interview with expert. So my result or my study is mixed method research sequential. So I hope I can get the final analysis more comprehensive. So how about the key question? What's new in this study? First one, I modified the discretionary provisions from the previous measurement based on IFRS 9 2014, Basel III 2019, Basel III 2017, IS 3923, POJK or National Regulation Number 11 2015, POJK number 48 in 2021. The second one, what's the originality? What's the novelties from the study? For income diversification measurements, I add one of the indicator, charge loan the provisions from income diversification that measured by Tranetol, or we know that Herfindahl index. And the last one, what's new in this study? I want to make a group test based on the three waves of fintech era. So what about my novelty, about my originality? I think that this study is really important because I modify the measurement of discretion provision by applying prudence and following current development in banking science. Based on the previous measurement that are total of lack of the principle of prudence, I showed that the previous indicators for loan loss provisions that should have been charged in loan restructuring action have been considered yet. Loan restructuring is one indicator that results in credit loss event. So bank must consider this event in determining loan loss provisions. Second, so what? With the new measurement, I hope I will get the more comprehensive measurement of income diversification that can explain more deeply in the diversification of bank non-interest income. Why? Because based on my previous research, 30% of non-interest income is come from charge of loans. So I think charge of loan should be separated, not they cannot gather in the other operatings. So I think charge of loan provision should be separate indicator in the Herfindahl index. The last one, the group test based on three waves. Development in the fintech era greatly influenced the growth of the new types and products in banking that can affect discretionary behavior and bank stability. Last but not least, this is my last slide. How about my contribution? I have two contributions based on theoretical and the practical. Based on theoretical, the study provides a new measurement of discretionary provisions and income diversification as step as a cautious prudence accounting principle application, because I come from the accounting side. The second one, the study provides another view of relationship between income diversification, discretionary, and bank stability in the future development of the fintech era. For the practical, the study provides new information for analysts in assessing loan risk in terms of discretionary action for income diversification that impact to bank stability. Second, the study provides input for financial authorities, especially for Indonesian financial authorities or OJK, in determining regulations related to reserve for loan loss provisions and banking products diversification as a form for risk mitigation in terms of maintaining bank stability. And the last contribution for the practical, I think that this study is really important to do. It's worth it to do. Why? Because I want to show how important the restructuring loan data in notes to financial statement to be analyzed. Although that some banks didn't disclose the amount of loan restructuring, they just disclose their policy regarding restructuring loan, but not for amount. This data is really important for us to analyze for bank stability regarding the development of the fintech industry, which already has to collaborate with the financial institution based on the latest regulation IFRS 9 2014 and Indonesia applied start in 2020. Here is my considerations. I think the study needs to collaborate with internal bank analysts, risk mitigation division to interpret the result deeply further analysis. For risk assessment, I believe this study has low risk to be carried out by competitors due to the measurement and the latest issue raised by me. And here is my journal target from Helion, Scopus Q1, Hogan Q2, and Jar Scopus in Q2. Thank you. I think that's my presentation. Need your feedback. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, Rian, can you
Yes,
put
Prof.
the second last slide?
Okay. This
Okay, here.
slide or
No. Here it's okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I want to bring your attention to the last paragraph on the left side on the practical. Okay.
Okay.
And here you're saying that you're looking at this product diversification as a form of risk management. Okay. And this diversification is into fintech. What is the risk factor between this fintech and the traditional loan? Is it lower or higher? Because if you cannot determine it or you don't have any idea, then you could well be adding more risk than mitigating it. Your comment.
Okay, thank you, sir. I think that the risk for income diversifications it could be higher because if we know that about if there's so many products, there's so many income from the banks, so the risk is higher. So I think that the more the higher products will affect to the lower profitability.
Okay, so in your sorry, can you switch off mute for those who are not speaking? Can you mute your microphone, please? Thank you. Okay, so the thing I want to ask you is that where in your analysis are you looking at the risk factor of each of these products?
Okay. Yeah. As I mentioned before, after I got the quantitative result based on the three wave of the fintech era, I want to analyze more. I want to analyze every indicator. I analyze this indicator is influence to bank stability or not. But I want to analyze for indicator, fees and commissions, tradings, and charge of loans, and other operating, and it will be the separate variables because I want to know deeper which one from this income diversification has the higher or the lower impact to bank stability.
So right now in your study, where is that element that you're taking the risk factor of each of these new product?
Yes.
No,
It's
where?
the second my research question.
Can you show me to the slide that you have already
Okay.
addressed this?
Ah, yes, sir.
Where's the one that you talk about the risk of the income? No, I don't see it. Show me.
This one, sir. I want to analyze how about the non-interest income categorized or income diversification indicator, fees and commission, trading, charge of loan, and others. Because this is the indicator from Harvard Index from income diversification measurement.
Okay. Next time is good when you have to when there are risks in this new product to specify that you are
Okay.
because if you have not specified and it is such a material thing, it shows that you have not thought through the thing completely. You are making a claim that this diversification is risk mitigation. Okay.
Yeah.
But you must measure it and you must have a variable there to show that I'm measuring it this before I go to the next stage or the next stage. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. No
Thank
further
you, Prof.
question.
Okay, presentation kemudian this is very accounting. What I'm thinking is that we can attract the reader. This is not in the accounting background because our audience is not only accounting. This is a business research. Yeah, of course, technology will be interesting. Put it here, yeah, and put some more discussion about that. And then the implication of the negative impact, not only the positive impact. Trying to get some balanced information when you discuss. Yeah.
Negative impact.
Yes, the negative impact.
Yes.
Not only free waste, fintech, and anything. On the other hand, there are a lot of crime, there are a lot of data security issues and anything. How we can reduce that?
Okay.
And if it is possible, you can do a little bit of deep interview for 3-4 people, just to get some insights for them. Because we are not in the industry of this technology, right? We need some insights from them. It is my suggestion. Yeah. All the best, Rian. Thank you.
Thank you, Bu Joni.
Okay, Parian, from my side, first, congratulations for your presentation, Parian. It's very nice presentation, yeah, Parian.
Thank you, Bu.
Yeah, and then about your topic, yeah, so if we see your presentation, yeah, it's like you are make proposal, yeah, that fintech is the competitor of banking industry, right?
Yeah.
They are competitors, in your opinion, right?
Yeah, because they can reduce the bank stability.
Okay, but Parian, to be honest, now if we see the landscape, you might see some banks they collaborate with the fintech.
Yeah.
So how do you differentiate for this kind of phenomena?
Yeah. Maybe it can be my discussion, maybe discussion between the positive effect from the fintech and the negative effect. So I think because there are research gap for this case. Yeah. So with this study, I want to make sure and analyze which impact in Indonesia, a positive way or negative way. Like that, Bu.
Okay.
Yeah. It will be my discussions in discussion section.
Okay. Okay, I think that's enough from me, Parian. Good
Yeah.
luck and all the best, ya, Parian.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you, Bruno.
I think that is all. Ibu. Yeah, for the fourth presentation for the grand final has been presented very, very well. Is there any questions or any comment for all the participants who are attending the session today? Any comments?
Bapak Ibu, please, if you want to give comments to our presenter or ask directly to our four presenters, please raise your hand. Maybe
We want to give a little bit of appreciation of this event. Yeah, you want to say something about this event?
is there anyone want to ask presenter? Email. Okay, Pak Alvin, you want to ask?
Yeah, it's good. All's good.
Okay, all good. Maybe other participant, please use this previous time, yeah, to ask our four presenters.
Just to add, you no need, if you don't want to ask question, you can give comment. I know sometimes you're very polite. You don't want to seem to be asking question, challenging the presenter, but you can give comment and say, wow, you did this fantastic, man. Wow, ooh la la, something like that, no?
Yes, please, if there are some of you become supporters of our presenters, please raise your hand and give compliments to your friends or to our presenter. Please, Bapak Ibu, don't be shy.
Okay, so if no one provide any comments or anything, I would like to ask Prof. John Lee to close this session because we need time to discuss. Yeah, Prof. John,
Okay.
we can stay here to discuss and we can announce the result early next week. Thank you, Prof. John.
Okay, thank you, Bu Juni and Bu No. Very happy to see all of you again. I think this is the second time I'm taking this pitching review. Beside this, also I had the opportunity of having lecture you, exchange with you on ideas on sustainability. My experience thus far has been very good. Okay, now let me come to this pitching. Pitching is a skill that you can bring with it for the rest of your life. All right. The whole idea of pitching is that you condense. Okay, condense. Be condensed, be concise, and be precise and clear what you are proposing. Okay, may it be you're proposing to get married. Okay, may it be that you're proposing, a new project. May it be that you're proposing that I should be promoted. Okay, maybe that you're pitching in an interview. So they don't have all the whole day to listen to the long story, but they want to have the highlight, the key points, right? Instead of the research question, it could be why you should promote me, boss. Okay, and this is my achievement, what I have done, and this is what I hope to do in the future, and this is what is the achievement that you could be done. Let me turn the thing around to say what pitching can be used. All right, so it's very relevant in any facet of your life going forward. Okay, some of the things that I would like to say is that when you do pitching in anything, then the boss must want to be know. So what's new? What's novel? Right? Which is the question you're asking. All right. If you choose something that is not done exciting, yes, you catch attention. But if you are doing something that is already been done, then make sure you got to say what is missing. Okay. So a simple thing is that if you are in a handphone, for example, you're in a handphone business, all right, and if you go back to the days of the mobile phone, handphone, all right, and you are proposing something to the boss, okay, or to the committee or to the board of directors, right? why you are proposing that they should invest in something. All right. Be it be from the days of analog to digital. You must tell them why this is so special. All right. Because handphone by then is already there already. Okay. So you must extract what is novel, what is unique, and what is the future going forward. When you want to say, I want to do better, there is always a need to benchmark. Right. It has to be the benchmark. If it is not doing well or you feel that you have to be upgraded, you have to benchmark. And you try and benchmark what is better than what you have. Okay. Because if you are benchmarking within your own self, your own community, sometimes it may not show the way forward. Okay. So this is why, for example, just to come to university, there is the ranking. Okay, when you all choose university, you'll be wanting to choose why did you choose Trisakti? All right. Okay, it cannot be that it's the cheapest. It cannot be it's the lousiest. It cannot be the case. Okay, it's probably the more expensive, but it is the better. That's why you pay a premium. So you must be able to address this question. So when you want to benchmark something, you say, oh no, this is not doing well. We want to do better. Where's the benchmark? Right. So perhaps next time you want to go to a certain, your kids come and say, okay, I want to study in a certain university. I want to go study overseas. Or you want to tell your parents, look, I want to go overseas to study. All right. So between Harvard, between Yale, between Cambridge, Oxford, you may have to explain why, and maybe that they are very strong in this particular research that I am interested in. Maybe that they are world leader. Maybe that particular professor is a Nobel laureate that is the world best. I want to learn from him. Okay, so my point when I illustrating all this to you is that to show you that pitching can be used very widely. Okay, it is not just for this competition. It's not just for your research paper. Okay, I have to do pitching very often in my life, in my career. Okay, sometimes I got to do pitching to my mother also when I was younger, because I want to get it my way. So why you want to go here? Why sit for? Yeah, that we do, big and small. So remember, in pitching, it must be very concise, the key point, and what is the highlight. Some of you have done it very well. Most of you have done it here and there, but it is putting it together. And what is very important is that do rehearsal. Okay, you will notice that from compared to today and you first started, you are more confident now. Why? Because you were going through it. You are doing rehearsal. Sometimes you can be doing rehearsal by yourself. Sometimes you have your friends who will help you to say, okay, you should try, and why don't you say it this way? Why don't you say it that way? And it is very important for you when English is not your first language that you should do rehearsal. Right? For me, I don't have to because English, it comes out naturally. If you ask me to do it in Bahasa, I will be in trouble. I will need a lot of rehearsal. Okay? So my point to all of you is that if it is not, number one, a language that you're familiar with, your first language, you need more rehearsal. If it is a subject that you're not familiar with, you need more rehearsal, because rehearsal will make your delivery very smooth and convincing. Okay, your audience, okay, may not be fully understanding your speciality, but if you deliver very fluently, they will be convinced that you know your stuff. And of course, most of you will know your stuff, but I am saying that what is worse is that when you know your stuff, your delivery is not smooth, it's jerky. Then you fail yourself. Okay, so practice is the other important thing. Rehearse. Look at the mirror and rehearse if you are alone, and then you can have a group of friends or fellow classmates. You do your rehearsal. Ask them to pick holes in your presentation. Ask them to question you, because from here you can polish up to be really fine. And like Bunu said, we are aiming for the top 3. Maybe you polish well enough, even the Australian can't speak better than you, no? All right.
Agree.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is my takeaway for you. And like I said, I mean, I wish you all the best. And I'm sure you guys can represent and make Indonesia proud of you, your parents proud of you, and Pak Jokowi will be very proud of you too. Okay, thank you.
Awesome, Prof. Lee. Thank you so much, Prof. Lee. Thank you. I think some of you saw Prof. Lee was in Jakarta several weeks ago with us. So hopefully we can see Prof. Lee again in Bali, ya, Prof. Lee, ya. Okay, Bu Juni, please give closing speech, Bu Juni.
I'm not going to deliver any closing speech. I just want to say thank you so much to all your participants and also all the best for your research and also your study. I'll see you again for those who are having clinic research tomorrow with us. Yeah? And again, enjoy your research. Don't put a burden of your research. Research is very enjoyable. And don't forget, publish your paper. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you
Good
so much.
afternoon. Have a good weekend.
Finally, we have to close our sessions. Thank you so much to come and to support your friends, your colleagues, and we would like to thank to all participants. We really appreciate for your commitments, and we really hope that you will and join us again for the next pitching research competition 2023-2024. Thank you so much, everyone, and bye-bye. Have a lovely evening.
The result will
Bye. Thank you.
be next week, early
Thank you
next
so
week.
much.
you, Bu Juni.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Bu Juni.
Thank you, Miss Jenny.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bu Nur, Bu Juni.
Recording stopped.
Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum.
Ibu Nur.
Terima kasih.